How you doing, people? YouTubers. The subject is definitely having an effect on me, you know. Uh, I really loved John F. Kennedy. I was young. I was 9.5, maybe 10. But it was heavy in school, you know, when we heard the news, you know, because we were all in that talking cover mode too, you know, because of M.A.D. Things were real heavy in the, you know, 59, 60, 61, 60, you know, 2, and 63, old JFK straightened things out. But we have to either get in the hole and put our hands over our heads like that and lean against the wall, or if we were in classroom, duck and cover underneath our desks, like that was going to help us. Geez, you're talking nuclear, man. Have you ever seen them bombs on film go off? My God, what they do. Yeah, look, have you ever seen them in Hiroshima or Nagasaki? They just leave shadows of people like on the steps. You know, they just turn to dust. Just shadows. You know, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. They should never ever go off. And now they're made so powerful. They make the ones back in you know, wartime in the 40s, 1940s, look like, you know, just conventional stuff almost. I'm sure the ones they have now are just made to take out, you know, I mean, one bomb could probably do a quarter of the country. You figure 4 bombs on the United States, and this whole country is just powder and dust. You know what I'm saying? Same would go for Russia and that. And then you got to consider, though, the cloud of nuclear shit that's going to go through the air and circulate around the globe and just kill, not if immediately, slowly but totally, the rest of the earth. Not to mention how the axis of the earth would probably be knocked off, and having that happen would definitely, you know, like we are with now with the way the, you know, greenhouse and all that stuff, and you know, if things should happen, you know, our axis were to twist just a bit, you know, they'd speculate on stuff like that, you know, how things would become just sick. Totally sick. But okay, back to this Dealey Plaza and that. Okay, here we are with Johnson in the motorcade, 3 cars back, not up there in the second car right behind Kennedy. Okay, maybe not even in the first car, you know, maybe riding on that jump seat up on the next to the driver, but 3 cars back. Here's another thing: a car backfired in Dealey Plaza. The only one to duck and cover was Lyndon Bullshit Johnson, because he knew what was coming down. He knew what was coming down. He was the head of it. He was the one that gave the go-ahead. To who? I really don't know. There's so many people that really had it out for Kennedy, John F. Kennedy. And it's just, I like this song. It really hits me, man, you know. But you know, a lot of people had it out for Kennedy. You know, how the Bay of Pigs in that invasion didn't work out. You know, we made a few attempts on Castro over in Cuba, and we were just basically we were cut off. You know, like we were pulled back. A lot of things happened, and a lot of pissed off people there. And of course, you got the you had the mob at the time, who would definitely like to take out a president. You know, okay, it would definitely make things easier on them. You know, and then of course that deals with you know, Bobby Kennedy, Kennedy's power as Attorney General. You know, John's brother. And at that time, Bobby Kennedy was dealing with John Valachi, the rat cheese eater. okay, with the mob and that. It would be great for the mob to want to take Bobby out, okay, and this stuff going on with Valachi and that, or at least take out, Bobby's, brother John, and then in steps, whatchamacallit, Bullshit Johnson, Lyndon Bullshit Johnson, and he basically pulls the plug on Bobby Kennedy. And eventually, what was it, 4 years later about, in California, Bobby Kennedy running for president, he gets banged and, going to a kitchen in a hotel by supposedly one guy, Sirhan, but I heard now, and they showed videotape of it, that it was more than one guy that shot Bobby in that kitchen. But anyway, back to Johnson and Oswald. Oswald realized when those shots went off that he was a patsy and had to find a place to go and think. Okay, so he made it back to his house. All right. He got his gun. He's got his pistol. Why he didn't have it at work? Here again, that's probably because he didn't even fire that rifle. Maybe he didn't even bring one. He might have brought a rifle to the party, but he didn't fire a rifle. Okay, like the chief said, he had no paraffin on his cheek, and he would have had to have paraffin from that rifle on his cheek. None. Zippo. Okay. Now, to be able to wash his face off, he would have had to use his hands, right? But he was under arrest almost from the get-go. Okay, because now I'll continue on. Okay, Oswald goes to the house, gets his gun, and heads off, down the streets, just trying to think, man. He's like, I guess his mind is spinning, man. Just having trouble wrapping it around just what went down, Now Tippett shows up, the officer. I'll grant you, it's possible that's where the paraffin on Oswald's hands comes from, shooting Tippett. It's possible, but there are definitely conflicting eyewitness reports on the description of the shooter, which way he went, and everything. Okay, but I'll give you that. Let's say he took Tippett out. He heads down the street to the movie house. Now everybody's like, wondering what's going on. Big news in town, right? Okay, president, this, that, what could it be, and all this stuff. Okay, so Oswald ducks into a movie house, doesn't pay the ticket. One guy, I guess the guy who should have been taking tickets, I guess, or the manager, or it was a guy, I think maybe from a store next door, or whatever, notices how Oswald just tips on it over a 35-cent fare. Okay? What the hell do you think shows up for over 35-cent fare? How does 15 police cars grab it? 15 police cars for a fucking fare sheet, 35 cents? And it was over 20 cops, okay? Some of them were riding double on that. Movie theater filled right up with cops, when one cop kind of looked at Oswald funny and that, and got up close to Oswald. Oswald says, "This is it," and that, and he popped the cop in the face. They grabbed him, and that was it. They had their the assassinator. Okay, how could this possibly work? It could not work. Okay, all he was a fare cheater. Okay. All right, so that's it. Now they get him over to the police station. Okay. And they start running him, checking him out, record-wise and also physical-wise. And they, like I say, they come up with that lack of paraffin on the cheek. Okay, not to mention how they found 2 rifles now in the 6th floor, depository building, a Mauser, which was a 6.75 caliber or millimeter, and a 6.50 Italian rifle. Okay, doesn't work, but they run with the Italian rifle because there was the 3 lined up cartridges in a line, side by side. It was all like it was